Optic is so good at social media. It's got new dynasty. They got to win a tournament first. New dynasty.
They put a lot of pressure on themselves. But, you know, these guys have been living up to it. Like, since they picked up Priesta, everybody individually has been performing, like, so well. Slasher as well just
a phenomenal day yesterday.
Phenomenal day yesterday.
Best day we've seen in the league.
Octane getting back to his, like, kind of star power, just dominating the game. Like, these are players who have been MVPs, have won multiple tournaments, and they didn't seem that good in the beginning of the season. They pick up Priesta, the chemistry's there, and they all look incredible.
And I mean, going into this study, if we see 100 Thieves as strong as we saw them yesterday, that is going to be a huge challenge for us.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yesterday, Austin had a 1.7, but one thing you got to take in consideration, he did bring the hat back. So
the hat, hair, they're all back.
It's definitely got to be the powers in them. You know, you got to be feeling good going into this series after one hell of a performance yesterday. And we also see Kenny with the headband. These guys are bringing back the original steps to what they went. You remember, Kenny was an MVP, so was Austin. These guys are just going to do what they need to do for their team. And like I said, they're just looking so comfortable. The only thing for me is the S&D on the side of Enable. He's just having like a 0.3. They haven't really won him overall, but just I feel like the team is just so comfortable.
Their search was good at Fort Worth. It just hasn't been as good here in the Pro League. And, you know, in this matchup, Optic in the Pro League has had a 3-7 control record, but at Fort Worth it was 4-1. So maybe they're just trying things out with their veto process. We've seen them playing frequency back-to-back, switching back to Seaside. Hasn't been good, but at least their search is looking good.
I really think that if Optic's able to take this control, that they'll win this series.
I do too.
That's been their trouble this whole week, is that they just cannot close out controls. But we saw them play 2 frequencies. We don't know what they're going to play this time. And I just think the rest of the team, we always talk about Dashy. He's a great player, but the rest of the team yesterday stepped up huge, and that's big for me.
Now, then I wonder, I mean, we've seen such hot movement from 100 Thieves. They've been doing so well. And on the side of Optic, like, most people have been playing extremely well. But do you think they've been as red hot as all the 100 Thieves players have been?
I mean, they're undefeated this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, their matches are a lot more difficult than we're used to seeing, but they haven't lost. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, that's the goal. And if it gets to those Games 5s, Optic's proven that they can clutch up. Yesterday in Game 2, Krim, we haven't talked a lot about him. Krim was in the water like Aquaman, killing everything. Every single player on Optic has the potential to just turn up to a new level. Like, that's why they are who they are.
We've also seen Karma have some crazy hard points these last few days, like just like 35 and 25, just going off in hard point, which is something you don't usually see out of Karma. He does always do his job. He does the dirty work. He does make some of the craziest plays on the map, and even yesterday his control was on point as well. So I think the control is going to be it's so important in the series. It's going to be massive. Like, whoever wins that, it's just the swing map for sure.
Go for it.
I think in order for Optic Gaming to win this, we're going to need to see the TJ that we all know he can be. Because if he's going up against Priesta, it's going to be hard. You're going to need all your players firing on all cylinders. And yesterday, TJ had a 0.8. They still won the series, but we know TJ and this guy, he needs to step up for his team because you're going up against Gauntlet versus Gauntlet. This is going to be a battle of the gods right here.
Now, we asked about this Gauntlet on Twitter using the hashtag CWLPS4. Which of these teams has more to prove? And coming from Matt, 100 Thieves, they're looking good, but to beat Optic will prove they are championship contenders.
They're already championship contenders, whether or not they win this match or not.
Yeah.
100 Thieves has proven across the league that they're a really good team.
And now we have from Wiggs, Optic Gaming has more to prove. 100 Thieves has improved a lot from the first event, and we have yet to see Optic back in Vegas form.
They did miss out on Dashy for a couple months, but it's okay. You know, they're coming back. There's a couple role switches. Overall, they should be fine if they just keep on practicing.
And now we've got from Nathan. Nadeshot has stated it's time for a new dynasty. If that doesn't light a fire under Scump, Karma, and Krim, then maybe it's time for a new dynasty. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think 100 Thieves, like, they are a championship caliber team.
Right.
To what John said, like, they make that run if they have Priesta, we likely see them in a final. So I think this team, they're pretty good at every single game mode. They've been great in the league. They were great at Fort Worth. They've turned it around. Both these teams are championship contenders.
That is very true, and that is going to be our last match of Cross Division. It is sure to be an absolutely thrilling series. But again, you did just watch Splice get a much-needed win coming off of 2 losses earlier in this week, 3-1 over Reciprocity. But coming up, we have 100 Thieves versus Optic Gaming.
protect you.
Circle collapse imminent. You have a nice day. Throw a little bit of dirt on it. Put a little dirt on it. Sayonara. I'm the general. I'm being worth something. My soldiers is ready to put a black house on them.
Play new content first on PS4.
PlayStation.
Here we go, Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, and Joe, this is a match since the beginning of Black Ops 4 when these first two teams formed that people were excited for. But due to 100 Thieves bombing out at Vegas, Optic bombing out at Fort Worth, and the fact they were placed in different divisions, we're halfway through the year before we finally get it.
Yeah, we're going to see it right here in Prisa. He's going to fly on in. Trade's already going down. But I mean, everybody hopes, yes, it's a Pro League match, but everybody's just dreaming that maybe we get these two in a final this year. We'll see if it happens.
Well, I mean, and one of the big matches, the big rivalries you kind of look forward to, something like an Optic versus FaZe, we don't have this year because FaZe not getting in. So I was thinking maybe this would have the potential to develop into something like that, but we haven't had the damn matchup. And now we'll get it. As new rivalries, maybe a chance to be born, is across the stage, just lined up with 10 superstars, 10 phenoms, as they're going to do war over the course of this best-of-5 series. And anything could happen. I mean, either team could 3-0 each other. This could go the distance. Like, literally any outcome is possible with these two teams matching up. Who's better today?
Yeah, and we'll already Slasher off to that hot start that he had yesterday. Such a big series out of him. He was at 7-1 before he gets taken down. But a good start for 100 Thieves. But the rotation goes the way of Optic Gaming.
And for Slasher, I mean, he had the most damage you're going to see in a Search and Destroy.
Like?
He dropped almost 4,000 damage in a Search. He had the most kills across 4 maps the entire year, which who knows if that record to get broken. I saw him before that. I was like, we need another performance like that. He's like, I hope so.
It's all in the cap, right? That's supposedly it. It's all in the hat. But I mean, 100 Thieves, they've controlled this hill number 2 from the front side just beautifully, just forcing Optic to try to flood through that door. Enable and Slasher, the kills continue. Octane, he's on a bit of a spree, just gets taken down. But Enable's still here with the SOG. Well, I mean, for 100 Thieves, that was very solid, saying you don't have spawns.
And Octane, I like that he backed it up. He's so close to streaks and wins the first gunfight, has a second challenge that you think he's got a good chance to take, but can't get the streaks. So it's an early lead for 100 Thieves. That'll dwindle over the course of the final 10 seconds from Orange Base. Now we'll shift focus over to Enable's POV and the setup at Blue. But there's a 4-man hit coming into Pipes, and right now there's no eyes on it. But obviously you can see they know that's where the hit's coming from. The concussion comes out a little bit preemptively, so not any tags, but now he spotted them in the back, and here comes the wave from Optic Gaming with a chance to push from top mid with Scump as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Scump.
He got both. He got both.
That lone man out, able to find a couple of kills with the Maddox. A team kill is in from Karma. The pressure on the hill still there for 100 Thieves, but Scump, he's on 3. Can he find the 4th? He can. A huge life from him as he's at 5 in a row. And he really set up that pinch, just rotating from that last hill.
He's only got 15 bullets in the clip right now. He's going to need to be accurate, but he gets pinched and he will end up dropping. Optic now down 35 points. The early setup at Blue ends up broken. 100 Thieves back in control. Is Optic looking to set up at Pipes? Let's get right into an Astro Gaming listen-in with Optic Gaming.
Don't hit ult. He's close to streak. Slasher's close to streak. He's at ult. He's at ult. He's at ult.
He's holding jungle pinch. Mid. Priest is top mid. I'm holding jungle pinch. You guys don't cross.
Looking top, Ian. I'm getting out. I'm getting out.
He's in hill. 2 in hill. 2 in hill. Another one our side, Ian.
Our side.
Same one shot on me. Same one shot over.
You went for me, dead.
Still holding elbow.
Alright, let's go, yo.
No.
Yo, there's gonna be spawning you right now.
Top mid. I hit war. It could be jungle now. Top mid. One shot.
Bottom ladder. Slasher, one shot bottom mid. He's close to streaks. He's close to streaks. Bottom mid, I think.
One shot, absolute. No, absolute bottom mid.
I'm picking up top mid. Wait.
We spawned the jungle on me. Inner, we can inner and outer. Stay alive. We're coming.
Bottom
Outer Sam, one shot dead. One more close.
One shot. He's going our ladder.
Close enable. Close enable.
I saw Joker.
Kenny, we got it.
Yo, I'm hit ult.
We should rotate new.
I got one.
Rotate new. I'm about to crash this. I'm crashing.
I think they're in new. I think there's someone in there.
Crash it.
War. Kenny dead.
Big rotation wins.
Yep. Oh, he jumped behind me, elbow. Behind me, elbow.
Nothing new.
He's here. He's still here.
I got middle.
Oh, they're behind me.
I got him.
Window on me. Window.
Jiggling mid.
Here's war. Make sure I flank out, guys.
I'm looking mid. He's probably gonna hop up a ladder.
Watch you. 3 their side. 3 seconds side.
Jiggle their side.
I'm trying to watch mid with you.
Yeah, 2 their side.
Guys, 1 second.
I think during the entire course of that Optic Gaming listening, Slasher has not died. If you were wondering if he was going to remain hot, the swift and early answer is yes. He's 17-6 on a 6 streak, looking to find the Hellstorm, and there it is. He is not missing right now, but finally, if there's one man that's going to shut him down, it's Dashy, and he's able to drop him.
Yeah, but he was just trying to find that Hellstorm for so long, so the early rotation over towards Elevator went the way of Optic. They just couldn't find the push. But I will say that pipe sale all started with Slasher's ability to stay alive bottom ladders. He got 2 kills.
And you heard the frustration from Optic during the listen. Like, he's one shot, he's one shot.
Yeah, just time and time again. But 100 Thieves able to finally break on in. Still a 40-point lead. Not too many specialists invested quite yet.
Yeah, and I think the fact they've gotten streaks, the fact Slasher's 19-9, you're only down 40 points. I think you feel all right if you're Optic Gaming, and you got some people that can really start to turn it around. TJ at 8-14, if he starts to click a bit, they can absolutely bring this back, but it's Priestess POV. We'll swap over to the War Machine. You heard the comms from Optic Gaming. Now let's get the 100 Thieves with an Astro Gaming listening.
Back right. Watch out. Quick, nice, one more.
Alright, pillar.
We can nail Dashy.
Scumps win it. Scumps back.
He's
Scumps in the back.
He hit them back. Pillar. Dead. No, one shot. Top mid.
Pillar back.
Pillar Dashy.
There's one in the back.
Yeah,
In the back. Two in the back.
Should probably hold, yeah.
One shot pillar, literally boy. I spawn. 2 in the back.
You're gonna hit ring. They hit ring last time.
Make sure we have flack.
Oh, he's top mid. I'm gonna spawn out. Blue enough, fast blue enough, instantly. Play your life ring.
We're coming up.
TJ ring, one shot. Yo, make sure we pull a flack right here.
I have flack.
TJ ring. I'm hiding. He's in ring. One guy's O2.
Rest that ring. He's still there?
You guys let me. Elbow one shot.
One's
elbow. I have a streak.
Cages.
I spawn deep.
2 top mid. One pillar. No, in pillar. Mid on me.
You control streak. Ring. One shot.
In ring.
Pillar. Ring on you.
I got him.
Nice.
I'm in ring.
I'm better shake.
I don't see
I'm gonna shake 1 bow, 2 back elbow.
You
guys. Shake 1 bow, 1 elbow.
Come on,
I spawn back blue.
Top window war.
I have. We have a trophy.
Hold the bit. Look back.
I think there's another one.
Look here, bottom.
Okay, bottom blue. Maybe bottom blue.
Yeah, two bottom blue. I know there's 2. During the Optic listen-in, it was 100 Thieves run. During the 100 Thieves listen-in, it's Optic that go on a run. They're now only trailing by 9 points. Joe, what have you seen?
I mean, for Optic Gaming, it was similar to what 100 Thieves did at that orange base. They just had such great pressure towards the front of the hill. 100 Thieves early on, they had the spawns. They were doing a great job, but the kills just went the way of Optic Gaming. You had a 5 spree on the side on a Dashy. He's still on it right now as well. Maybe trying to find some streaks as he's 40 points away. Scump is well at 25-15. I mean, it's just these Titans going at each other, just back and forth. Slasher, though, with the Hellstorm. And I don't know, did he end up getting Dashy? He got Dashy as well before he got those streaks, so a big kill from Slasher.
Tac 5 on the side of Optic Gaming. It's now the flood comes in from mid-map, and their 3 go down for 100 Thieves as they're able to get in, and TJ gives Slasher the wiggles. Nice strafe with the SOG and able to gun him down. TJ, who needed to pick it up, absolutely has. He was, what, at 18-15 or so when we called it out, now up to 17-21 as he started to pick it up, and the score line has reflected that for Optic Gaming. A chance to now go in front as they're just down 3 points.
Yeah, on the other side, you talked about TJ. I mean, Scump, we know he's having a great game. TJ started to turn around, but on the opposite side, the SOG duo, you have Priesta at -10. You have Enable at -12. Those 2 guys have to pick it up. I think they're lucky it's this close of a game, really, without the the performance out of Slasher. Who knows what's happening?
He's 30-15.
Yeah.
That's absolutely an insane result. And you can see when he's shooting like that and picking people off of boxes, why he's been able to do it, but there's 2 in front and he will get locked down. Dashy, who yesterday saw him struggling to find good spots to use his Tempest, will he be able to use it to a big effect here towards the tail end of this map 1?
So you heard both flamethrowers or purifiers come out for both teams. Crim and Enable, they're going to invest those. The Grav Slam, that was used from Priesta. But it's still a contest. This is a big 20 seconds, though, of 100 Thieves able to get it, but Crim goes large, able to find 2 on a Kenny and Octane. Just trying to contest his time while his team starts to rotate over. Priesta thought they were going to get the rest of the time, but the pressure's here, and this could be bad. This could be bad for Optic when 3 players go down. We'll see where they spawn. You see the spawns out. I don't know if they had to push that final time. We'll see if the 3 players from Optic can hold on, but it's going to be tough with the War Machine in.
Slasher continues to go on a tear, just keeping them at bay. Yeah, he's not getting kills, but look at how far they have to back up if you're Optic Gaming. You're not able to put any pressure on the hard point due to the War Machine. But now that that's out, here they go. They collapse 4. We're going to drop Slasher, the last man up. But Slasher, Mr. Do-It-All right now. 2, almost 3, backs up Scump. And he's still alive in lobby, making it difficult for Optic to get any kind of time. Finally, 2 players able to shut him down, but it's 100 Thieves now 25 points away from victory. If Optic Gaming get this remaining time, they'll take a marginal lead. As Dashy's going to use the Tempest here to try and push.
They're going to try to get 100 Thieves to spawn in the back, but I think the time...
How did he just hit that shot while he was stunned?
The timing didn't go in their favor. Karma spawned up, and it basically blocked the back spawns for him. So 100 Thieves, they rotate with 5 seconds remaining. A lot of pressure coming at Priesta inside elevator. He's all alone. He's going to get taken down. But here we go. Just so back and forth. Such a close game. And the beams are in for Optic.
They get 3 kills and a nice one from Karma to pick him off a balcony, and now they're into the hard point. You're getting the time, and at least you have the contest as the next push comes in from 100 Thieves. 230, 235, the score line. 100 Thieves now get the all clear, and they can absolutely win it here. This is the last push now from Optic Gaming. The last push, and can they get through Slasher? He's just set up. Kenny pinching from mid. Now only 5 more points needed. They get through Slasher, but then you have Octane waiting in the back. That's gonna do it for map 1. 100 Thieves, hold on. They lock down blue. They get the map 1 victory.
Can we just see the scoreboard after they're done? I gotta see what Slasher ended at. I mean, on the other side as well, you had Scump and Dashy who really played at such a high level, but it was that man from start to finish who just kept 100 Thieves in it. It got scary because Optic went on a run.
And we've seen years where Slasher is way better in the latter half, and I always thought it was something with, like, whenever he was in school.
Well, school, it was.
And he would get done with school, and he'd really improve massively. I remember it really stuck out for me in a game like Infinite Warfare, but it seems like that's like clicking yet again. Like, we get through the mid-year point, and suddenly Slasher looks like a god.
I mean, it's really just been these last couple of days, but here's that last minute. I thought, so watch this mini-map right here. You're going to see Karma spawns up, and he just died, you know, a second before the 100 Thieves members. Is what Optic Gaming was trying to do. They were trying to push top middle. They were trying to flip the spawns to put 100 Thieves so far back on that rotation. It doesn't happen. And well, 100 Thieves, they do hold on. It gets
I thought
scary.
this moment, this moment,
it gets scary.
I thought Optic were to get everything they needed. They get 3 kills. This final one, those are some shots from Karma to rip off Kenny's head.
It's right here. I think 3 kills in a row go the way of 100 Thieves. Yep. They all win their 1 versus 1s. And then after that, there's the pinch, and Optic from that point just can't get in.
And you have what? Kenny pushes out mid-map. Slasher gets set up to put pressure on elevator instantly. And they're able to hold on. But all right, so he's at 37 and 20 right now. What was he, like 41 and 20 yesterday in the game 1? Yeah. I mean, he's got to end in that realm. Just an insane performance. It's just superstars battling in Black Ops 4. But I do want to hear the early hits from Jess as she talked to both sides.
Thank you, Clint. And first from 100 Thieves, I did catch up with Octane, and he said this is the biggest match of the week for us, and we feel phenomenal. He's really happy with how their respawn is going, but he says S&D is their struggle right now, which is something we heard Kenny talking about a little bit yesterday. And he dropped this fun fact on me that they have not lost a single control map here at the cross-divisional play at the Pro League. Now, from the other side on Optic, Karma shared the opposite news with me. He says something weird is going on with our control. That used to be our best game mode, but here we haven't won a single control map. He also said that the first map was very important for them, that they were trying something a little bit different. Obviously, that ship unfortunately has sailed, but I guess let's see how the rest of the series goes, though. Joe and Clint, back over to you guys.
Thank you, Jess. Yeah, we'll get further and further into the series, and the search and destroys are where things might get interesting. Two teams that have been, at times I think, look stellar in the mode, at times looked incredibly vulnerable, but the same can go for everybody. I don't know who's going to take it, man.
The control is interesting to me because I was talking to Teep a little bit and just how they wanted to play their vetoes, and you're going to see Arsenal control. That is a very strong map for 100 Thieves. I believe they're 4-1 on it.
Since the start of the Pro League, they're
now Optic Gaming, that was one of theirs where early on Vegas, it was one of their best. You know, they shied away from it. They were playing Seaside and Frequency more often. This week, though, they haven't touched it. They played Frequency twice, they're 0-2. They tried Seaside, they're 0-1. So they tried to switch it up. And, well, they're going to play 100 Thieves on Arsenal.
And then for the search and destroy, I think I saw Teep tweet last night. It's like another game 5. They've won 3 game 5s. But he said, well, we're getting a lot of search and destroy practice. And to their credit, they've been 5-1 this week in search and destroy. So they've been very good in that particular mode. Let's see if they continue the hot streak here as they go down 0-1. Quick trades into a 3v3. Slasher can't win the gunfights. Karma's able to shut him down, but once again, the trade almost instantaneous. Nice read from Kenny. Puts Crim6 now in a 1v2, and Octane has got him lined up.
And that's what we even saw at Fort Worth. Just at times, like at the beginning of rounds or the beginning of like breakoffs and control, Kenny would pull out a second ICR, and he was stellar with it. Remember all the Arsenal hardpoint that we watched them play, you know, with their like breakoffs? It was really just due to the presence of Kenny at times with this ICR. But yeah, he's able to find a couple of kills.
Well,
nice trade, and then
I think he had one there. He had the assist. I mean, he must have done 400 damage just in that opening round with 3 kills and an assist, and yeah, he knows it.
Yeah, he smiled a little bit.
A nail biter of a game 1. But now for the search and destroy, it's an early strike from 100 Thieves. I think what stood out on this map yesterday the most was just the water dominance from, what do we call him, Crimfish.
Crimfish? Crim's Lake?
He was so good when playing from that position. But a much different matchup here against 100 Thieves.
SEAL Team Crim6. We had a bunch yesterday.
Yeah, we did. The plant getting in, that's going to go down today. And now it's on 100 Thieves to play the defense and Optic to play the retake. Kenny in U, has the crossfire with Priesta. Priesta wins this one-on-one. A little bit of a bait and switch. The trade comes in from Kenny, and it's efficient from 100 Thieves so far.
I mean, those were the 2 players as well who didn't have a great map 1, you know, Kenny and Priesta. And what did we say yesterday where if they go positive, if Kenny goes positive or even, they're like 25-3. So the guy has a very vital impact on the game for 100 Thieves. TJ in a 1 versus 3, but Kenny finds another kill. Just a very simple, where Optic are playing the retake at A. The plant goes down, and 100 Thieves able to just get the kills.
Hey, you got to start thinking Kenny might be approaching streaks as he's had a couple big rounds to kick things off. We'll see what his total tallies at the tail end of this, but first we'll look at the best play, and it's the laser beams from Octane, who, when we looked at it, we saw, I think Paradox texted me kind of the final scoreboard, and Slasher had like 6,600 damage. Yeah. Right behind him, though, Octane had like 6,400, so he was right there with him. So he's 175 off. So Kenny 6-0 start. The rest of his team's got 4. He has been sensational. Going to swap to the Maddox. And we'll see if he can get these streaks. Crim in his natural habitat.
Yeah, just trying to find an opening. But 100 Thieves are going to be so aggressive on the flank. Karma trying to run away with his life, is able to do so. Shots do come in. So how do 100 Thieves play off this? Because the bomb's going down, and look at TJ, number 4, sort of going around the map, trying to find an opening, and he's in a great position. See if maybe he can find Slasher later on.
Trophy down, so they're good to go. Dashy can't win the gunfight. He's going to get peeked by 2 players from 100 Thieves. Everybody starting to drop. One by one they fall. And TJ, who we highlighted earlier, who might get himself a one-on-one. Now, is it really going to matter as he's the last man up? Tries to transition across, gets traded out, gets Kenny streaks. 3-0 100 Thieves, full streaks on Kenny. They are just having their way with Optic right now.
They're just quick with their decisions, right? Just right off the bat, okay, we don't see him at A. They're going towards that B site. What does that mean? What do we want to do? They 4-hit through the flank. We didn't see it, but Octane went a one-on-one versus Karma in the back who was on the flank. The rest of them just hit top hallway. They slide through the middle of that door. And basically, TJ was basically on an island. I mean, he was all by himself. But he's just hoping his teammates can watch that top middle.
Well, they saw Crim out in the leg making plays. They're like, all right, we just won't go there.
Yeah.
we'll hit the other side.
Yep, doesn't matter to us. And they're just going to go right back to it. It's not like they've done anything special. They've just gone to this A site. Now it's on Optic once again to try to retake it. They're going to plant it right away.
And you have the streaks from Kenny that you think could secure this round if they need to. A quick plant, 5 players up and streaks to work with, plus the first blood. TJ the first to slide in. No one's able to trade it. The re-challenge, the re-peek from Kenny does enough damage to make them back up and heal. Plus he's got Slasher looking over him with the ICR.
And I love this from Kenny. He's just backing up, right? He's going to secure the round win. Yes, these kills might come in, but 100 Thieves are just going to back away. He's going to call this in and then just slow this down. Just waste time off the clock. You might have to use both of them, but I mean, you'll take the 4-0, right? So that's exactly what he's going to do. Use these streaks for a round win.
10 seconds left. Nobody able to hop on it. The crossfire's there for 100 Thieves. It's a 1v1, but a 1v1 that's not going to matter in the end of things. This Karma does get the kills, but it's another round, 100 Thieves. You get both streaks out of him. I mean, you knew as soon as the plant got, as long as Kenny didn't get dropped there early, you knew it was a round win. As soon as they got the quick plant, you knew it was a round win. Unless there was some massive blunder where a Hellstorm goes crazy and kills a teammate, which we've seen. We saw it earlier today. The best play will go to Karma, but unfortunately, the best play not going to matter a ton.
And this was a much better, retake process or retake round from Optic, but it's probably because most of 100 Thieves just backed on away for those streaks. But it's on Optic now to start making some adjustments, just clawing their way back into the game.
They've got to do it now. They need to get around on the board desperately. Can't go down 0-5. Karma, yeah, he gets the kill, so he gets a little close to streaks, but still 350 off. That's still a small mountain to climb.
And there's 100 Thieves. They'll play the retake up B all day.
And they got the Tech 5 to play behind it, and you have nothing. You don't have, what, maybe a stun and a cluster? The cluster already got used.
And here's the adjustment, too. Like, Karma's not on an island playing the back. Slasher does find Priesta, yeah, with a team kill. And now Krim trying to find a kill inside water. He's got to be careful. They know he's there. They know he's there. Slasher and Kenny, they're going to find him.
Frag grenade out from Enable as well. Does some damage to Scump in the corner, but he has Flak Jacket on, so it's not really going to do a ton. 3v4 for 100 Thieves. They're putting the damage in, but haven't been able to find the kills yet. Last man up will drop, and a much needed round there from Optic Gaming. Now we'll see if they can continue to make their improvements over the course of this game, too.
And interesting as well, I mean, Scump rocking Flak Jacket, right? Like, that's just sort of developed, right, with those frag grenade metas that are starting to come into play.
He doesn't have it there, he dies.
Yeah, exactly.
And then who knows how that round goes.
But that's just going to be one of those things. It's a mind game, right? Because maybe later on, you rewatch this if you're 100 Thieves. You know Optic likes to do that. Maybe you run an extra stun, right? Just try to keep them on their toes.
So a big round win for Optic, and you had the TAC 5 used 400 Thieves. So all the streaks are gone. You've got Karma closer to streaks too. So this is a crucial moment for Optic. If you can get these streaks and keep getting some of the utility out of the hands of 100 Thieves.
There's the adjustment from Optic. They were going to play an A push. They weren't going to allow 100 Thieves to just get that bomb down. The thing is, 100 Thieves didn't go to B. They're playing around middle right now. Just total map positioning inside those hallways and bottom bar.
Priesta, I thought he got caught. He hit Dashy to 4 HP. Almost turned and smoked him, but Dashy able to close out the gunfight and get away for now. Not something you see very often, but there's the first streak in. Karma again, now Dashy. He's the one snapping his Dashy. He gets 3 lightning strike in for Karma. Now Optic Gaming making a run.
I think he just smoked Enable.
Oh, yeah. After he almost got 180 by Priesta.
Yeah.
I think he got laser focused after that. But everything now going the way of Optic Gaming.
Just a couple adjustments that they made. Trying to listen in between rounds, but it's definitely a lot of communication coming in from Krim. But yeah, you have that lightning. Once again, 100 Thieves so aggressive towards A, so this might work out well if he tries to call it. He's going to call it right away. Can 100 Thieves get away from it? Enable pushed up really far, so Enable can make a play here. Enable can make the play here. He's able to find one, but that's good enough.
Karma keeps going in his tear. It's 8 in a row for the 3-time. Well, I think I just jinxed him there. Karma gets ripped as soon as he peeks, but Crim6 able to punish and will give them that advantage. 3 versus 2, but they haven't got the bomb planted yet.
That's tough when both of these guys have ICRs, but they're trying to push Crim because the bomb is rotated, jumps towards that B site.
But Crim was able to back it up, get away with his life. No, I say that. He gets caught in the back, so 2 versus 2. Now 100 Thieves have to play the retake. It's going to be Octane and Kenny going up against Scump and Dashy. Vision Pulse comes in from Kenny. Vision Pulse comes in, and that's going to get Scump picked.
He's at 12.
They know where Dashy is. They know where Dashy is. And he's just going to get wall banged. The FMJ on the ICR does its job. A nice retake, a nice use of the Vision Pulse. And that's another round to 100 Thieves. And one that you had the 3v2. You had bomb rotated out. It looked great for Optic Gaming. Then the Specialist came in.
I don't think they use it if Crim dies there. I don't think they use the Vision Pulse in a 3 versus 2. That round to me is on Crim. I don't think there's a reason he should get picked there. He should have been long gone. He should have been long gone away from them. He knew the pressure was coming in.
And I think he's just thinking, I'll back up to, well, I'll watch the push through this side, but just we didn't see the gunfight, but got smoked by Kenny.
Bomb's being planted to B.
Let's get the hell out.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, Kenny's 200, 300 away from Streets, probably just going to play his life. Like, why? It's so much harder just due to the time and all the pulses that would have to come in. I don't think they use it there.
So a bit of a misplay from Crim.
Yeah.
One more round needed. 400 Thieves. Kenny, 13-3, and maybe some more streaks for him, if it'll even matter. First blood, Octane. Dashy eliminated from the map.
And that defensive round again, he's able to find all those kills with that ICR.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like 80% of the kills have been ICRs from 100 Thieves. Scump got stunned in the back, but still able to stay up. Karma has his War Machine to use. Scump's so close to that TAC 5, and he might have to use it if he gets a kill. He's going to get caught. I think he was worried he was getting pushed from lower. He ends up dropping, so now 5v3. You have a streak on Karma. Kenny's going to go ahead and get this bomb planted.
Oh, so Hellstorm being called in. How many can Karma find to bring them back in this round? Nobody. They do force them inside.
It gets them inside a shed, so now they've got a chance in this round with 30 seconds left. 100 Thieves just going to go ahead and get this bomb planted. Crim wants to try and catch him. Can he get it timing? He hasn't been spotted yet from the player in shed. It's all on Crim and Karma. War Machine comes out from Karma. Crim6 is going to drop. Karma follows right after. And that's a 2-0 edge now for 100 Thieves, and smiles across the stage.
They're just so decisive on the map. Every single round, they knew exactly what they wanted. Not only in the first or the second step, but also that third. What happens when we get that bomb planted? They were great on their offenses.
And now the difficult part, you head to an Arsenal control, which has been very, very good for 100 Thieves. They're 4-1 since the beginning of the Pro League. Can they close it out here with a 3-0, or can Optic fight back in the series? We'll be right back. So far, the Battle of the Titans is looking a little bit more like David versus Goliath. 100 Thieves up 2-0, firmly in control of this series and headed to one of their best maps and modes with a good chance to shut this down 3-0.
Yeah, and again, for Optic, like Arsenal Control was a strong map for them early on in the year. Then they sort of struggled it a little bit more and more. They really looked at Frequency and Seaside as their go-tos depending on the vetoes. This week, 0-2 on Frequency. They tried Control. They lose that. They're like, all right, we're going back to it. Trying out Arsenal
Well,
now.
the only other consistent for them has been Game 5 victory. So
yeah.
Can they get to that Game 5, though, is the question. 100 Thieves have no inclination to allow them to do so. Slasher, who was sensational in the Game 1 respawn. We'll see what he has mustered up for this Arsenal, but the ICRs have been incredible for 100 Thieves in the search. The Maddoxes were really good in the Game 1. I know they had a slow game from their Sogs, but those medium to long-range gunfights just feels like 100 Thieves has been dominating over the course of this series.
But Optic, though, with a nice defense and now a lot of map control. Crim trying to set up gun side. Not able to find a kill, and 100 Thieves just trying to push on through. Maybe send one or two towards that window. Scum stunned himself, and he has to take his time as he gets fully stunned. Kenny tried to go on that long flank, but he gets caught.
So far, so good for Optic. Early 6 life advantage. Only 3 players have dropped for them in the opening minute of this game. We'll see where the next push is going to come from 100 Thieves. Dashy is going to get caught. Slasher able to push up with that ICR. And now you've got 4 towards B. The flank from Optic Gaming going to be big. That number 3 is Enable on the backside. It's trying to deal with it. You're pretty split if you're Optic Gaming right now. And with the stack that's at B, they're getting progression quickly. The flank now opened up, though, as Enable drops, so the pinch opportunity is here. Octane, though, doing his best to make sure they can't get in. The big thing, though, is they get spread thin. They aren't able to stack the points, so they only get 1 tick through before Optic are able to retake.
Yeah, they get 1 take, but the big thing for me is Optic, they don't have as much map control. You can already see 100 Thieves inside A. That's the hard part. When there's so much map control from the defensive team, it's so difficult to even touch this A point. Karma now the last player here with this ICR. Dashy trying to rotate on over to give him some help. That's a nice cluster to find Slasher. 100 Thieves now with 10 seconds, but Karma locking things down.
And getting 2 just staggers it. Those are 2 huge kills out of Karma to make sure they can't get in. Now they're spawning out. Not enough time. And it's a magnificent opening round defense from Optic Gaming. But Karma, what a play at the end there just to make sure they can't get that 5-man hit.
But that's what you need on your defensive sides. That's what we've sort of gotten adjusted to seeing. Just, it's so difficult to even get 1 point. This could be one of those maps where it's who wins an offensive round.
Well, that's what we saw in our last series, right? When you take a look back at the gridlock control. But really, I mean, so much of control sometimes. I know it's not everything, but that opening break, that first push is so crucial. And Optic, they just shut it down from the get-go and played behind it. 100 Thieves finally got a bit of map control later in the round, but just wasn't enough to get anything done, and it goes to the play clock. Now Optic's first push into A. There's a gunfight at the top side of the screen as well. That's going to be between TJ and Priesta. And this is a big one for window control, and TJ's able to get it. So now it's added pressure onto the backline of 100 Thieves. Octane has to focus that, and then he gets pushed out. That's exact. That one-on-one is so big outside towards guns.
Well, I think he had some help. There was a crossfire. I think it was Scum who was actually looking. He jumped on that mantle and put a crossfire in, so it made Priesta a little bit weak. But what I was going to say is, when you do see a sort of a capture point, it typically is right off the break. Optic doing a good job here. Don't have a take yet. It's very slow.
It's just one
They know 100 Thieves is going to try to play this retake. They're trying to get both lobbies. Here comes that pressure. Priesta able to find the opener.
They were worried more about the map control and the kills, but all 5 then drop. So you only get 1 tick in. You opt to not stack it and just kind of go for the kills and the setups, but then you get picked apart.
And now the opponent really is a clock. Like, how much time does 100 Thieves waste for Optic Gaming just due to the map position that they have, just slowing them down? You can see those white arrows across. Optic's not even able to get inside A just quite yet, but now they might be able to as TJ and Scump find openers.
Find openers, but the same can be said on the other side as a couple kills go. 200 Thieves. Will that be enough? Kenny's got his work cut out for him. It's a pair for Crim6. The trade does come in from Vent. And then the stun to follow it up. It's a nice one, but it hits himself as well. So take that word right out of my mouth. It wasn't as nice as it could have been. The clock, though, 20 seconds and dwindling. Might be 2. Very nice back-to-back defenses. 2 more players here from Optic. It's Karma and Crim6 to have to try and make the play once again. Now the stretch, Karma seems to be the one finding the kills, but as he gets traded out, it's Crim that gets in. Scump there with the SOG to peek up and rip Octane out of vent.
100 Thieves might give this up, but you can see the position that they're in. Look where already Enable is. Look where Kenny is. And after this, they might go for this. I mean, there's only 9 seconds on the clock, but they know all of Optic Gaming are inside.
Just let them have it and try to play the defense at B. I thought Enable got a fortunate timing for a second there, but TJ with
turned to be unfortunate.
the crisp shots as he snaps back. Octane and Slasher doing it with the ICRs. Optic trying to apply pressure towards the spawn now of 100 Thieves. Same can be said on the other end, though, for Kenny, as Kenny's pushed up towards their front office as well.
I mean, this is just one of those situations where you got that 8 points, and now you can just play around lives. I mean, it's 10 versus 8, and Optic are here in the spawn. Crim also able to find Priestess, so here's that rotation. But can Kenny find a kill or two? As you said, he's still in the base. No, he gets taken down by TJ. Now a 9 versus 5 for Optic.
You use the TAC 5 here as well if you're Optic Gaming. So you're going for it. You're inside. The stun comes through. The crossfire's there, though. Scump destroys 1. Scump will get traded out. 3 kills suddenly come in. Dashy, the guy that has to try and make the play, but it's a 3v6 with 25 seconds on the clock. This is not done yet. If you're Optic, you just have to group up. Nobody get picked from the front line in Dashy and Karma. Just wait for the reinforcements to come in. Nobody's able to get in the mid-map, so it's just a front push. Here they go. Octane gets a kill. Slasher gets a kill. It's a 3v4. It's a 3v4. They've shut him down 2v2. 1 player left. It's TJ as things fall apart for Optic. There's 10 seconds left, and TJ just has to try and sprint in. You thought you had the round one. You thought you had the round win, and then somehow 100 Thieves hold on.
And there was an Optic Gaming trophy there, so even when Slasher pulls out the War Machine, he couldn't really help him. That's why he switched off of it so quick. But what a hold, really, by Priesta and Octane in these positions. Hear the War Machine go off, but all the kills are the way 100 Thieves and 6 versus 3.
I think they're just thinking there's not a lot of time. They have the life advantage. Let's just push the front and trade. So they don't have any presence like towards maybe vent or in the mid lobby. They all just hit the front, and they're thinking we can just trade this out, but they just get picked one by one. No trades come through just due to the distance they're set up and the cover they have of those ICRs. And what a clutch from 100 Thieves. Wow.
That's a frustrating round.
So nobody gets that offensive win. We'll focus again on that. The opening gunfight, it's TJ that takes it again. He's had Priest's number at the opening of these rounds.
So the good thing for Optic is their defense, that round 1 defense was so good. Octane trying to play around Streets, just trying to get a bullet in 1 player. Karma's just gonna crouch away. Well, he's gonna re-peek him, and he doesn't know it, but that's gonna give Octane Streaks.
And on a map like this, especially when you're pushing towards B, they can be huge. Does he get both? He got both. So he gets the Hellstorm as well. Dashy doing what he can on the Optic side of things, Steven, the odds. Still pretty even in the live count. Optic set up inside defense today. 100 Thieves looking for their next push. Looks like 2 towards gun and 3 pushing towards front lab. Kenny wants a nice gunfight. Now the pressure to Dashy, who's going to have to hit some flashy shots with the Tempest. And he's able to do that. So both are going to be down inside a window. He can't finish it, but they're not going to be able to push behind it. Then the wide peek comes in and he gets caught. But with only 15 seconds left, now everybody up and a War Machine in. All the kills going the way of Optic Gaming. They use Tempest, they use War Machine, they back up 100 Thieves, and it looks like another clean defense from Optic. They've been sensational there.
This game could be over. This could have been a dominant Arsenal control if they close out that round number 2.
And remember, this is a very, very strong map for 100 Thieves. And Optic have absolutely looked a stronger team.
The tough part now for Optic on offense, even if you do get towards that B site, you have those streaks to worry about, right? There's sort of that retake tool for 100 Thieves that they can play around. I mean, you would love to hang on to it to go into round 5, but if things get scary for 100 Thieves, they have a bailout.
Both teams now talking through the opening push. You saw the streaks there on Octane as we hopped into this. They're going to use the TAC 5 now. Scump halfway to his next one. He invested that in that brutal round 2 loss. You've got the Graph Slam on TJ as they start to push up. already into zone A. 2 going to be coming through window. 2 are going to end up dropping. The shots look pretty clean from TJ, but misses a couple bullets, and Kenny shuts him down. So at least the first wave thwarted for Optic Gaming. Nice hold from 100 Thieves out the gate. And that was a chance. Who was that closest streaks that we just saw? That was Kenny, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Kenny a chance to get some streaks as well. And if he gets fully streaked out, you only have to use 1 or 2 in this round. That's a lot to use in map 5, or round 5.
That should be a big cluster. I don't know if that got in the door. It'll at least find TJ to stop that push. The pre-fire comes in, but Krim wins it with that headshot. Enable, though, does find Karma just being annoying inside of that kitchen area. Once again, it's those ICRs.
Kenny backs it up. Just playing for these streaks. Enable then on the flank. Turns around some heads. He will get caught as he doesn't spot the door cross. Kenny's still so close. Will a stun get the streaks for him? He hasn't put another shot in, so he hasn't been able to pick one down.
He died. He died to Scump right there. Big gunfight win by Scump.
But the big thing, too, you haven't had to use any streaks if you're Octane, but now they're back into the point. 9.8 seconds left. It'll stop as Optic's starting to get some progression. What do 100 Thieves opt to do here? Do they fight back in, or do they just set up for B?
I think there's not even a tick yet. You probably at least attempt it once to try to retake it. They're going to try and get map control, try to get over towards Optic's lobby. Maybe try to find an opening pick. There we go. No, the Crab Slam tries to come on in, not able to connect. Scump takes down Priesta, but 3 ICR kills make it 4 come in for Kenny and Slasher.
And the time's dwindling. Crimsix has to try and go. Can't take the gunfight. Everybody's spawning out. And that'll be the tying round for 100 Thieves as the ICRs light up the kill feed. And they shut down Lab. And you have what? You still have the 2 streaks. We'll take a look when we get into this round 5 where we're looking specialist-wise. Scump should get attack 5. I doubt you'll get another one for 100 Thieves. That's 1 edge to Optic. And we'll, I don't know if that really balances out 2 streaks, but it's one thing.
Yeah, that Crab Slam as well. I don't know if TJ's used it.
Kenny wishing he could have that moment back. As he was so, what was he, 105 or so off?
Yeah, lost 1 gunfight.
Felt like he was playing for him for a solid 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they
where
might use this streak to try to get to B super quick. They're not going to show. Well, actually, they are going to show. Karma's just going to back down up. There's the rotation. And, well, they're not going to use a streak just quite yet. You have Enable watching the flank. They're just going to try and maybe get a tick or 2 as 3 go down for Optic. Slasher and Octane able to find the rest.
What a big moment this could be if they capture B right away. You call in the Hellstorm. Your lobby's getting nuked by the War Machine of Slasher as well. They've all got to hide. Surely this will be B. You have 2 on A as well. They've split, so really there's 1 player on B. They've divvied up the objective right now, just doing as much damage as humanly possible. And Optic Gaming are scrambling. Like, where do we go? Do we head to A? Do we head to B? The Tap 5 comes in. Will that be enough? TJ's going to get knocked down. He's weak. The trade comes in. But B does get finished, and you get a ticket A. Plus, you still have the Lightning. Slasher got some streaks as well behind the War Machine. This is 100 Thieves round to lose.
Yeah, not all lost, though. I mean, for Optic, you still have a good amount of map control. It can be tough to get inside of A. A Lightning Strike will help, though. 3 go down. Dashy, he's going to have to try to make a big play. Try to get 1 or 2. Able to find 1. Tries to snap on an Enable. And Enable able to stay alive as well. The pressure there on A. TJ has grapple, but Enable able to find 2.
They get the cluster in as well, and the Tempest comes out from Octane. It's going to be done here. It's going to be done here. Somebody's got to contest. They're not able to do it, and that's a hot 3-0. 100 Thieves take the series. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, we had some, the game 1 was a nail biter. This goes to the round 5. The search obviously comfortable for 100 Thieves, but today, 100 Thieves, the better team.
And for Optic, you just feel like that round 1. That to me is it.
Well, round 6, right?
No, round
2 when they used the TAC 5 and they had the whatever
6 versus 3.
Yeah.
Was that round 1?
Round 2.
Okay.
Because they won the round 1, that would have given them the 2.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, round number 2. I mean, that to me is the game, and we've seen it like. Control is such a momentum shifter where you go to that round 4 hard point and things start to go. Because that would have been a 3-0 Control. It would have been quick because Optic then, follow that up with another, defensive round win. But what that does is that gives guys like Octane and Slasher able to get streaks, and well, they just go to B and just snowball it right from there.
It just feels like there's a lot of moments you could look at over the course of the game, but it just feels like it came down to a handful of moments where 100
always
were able to clutch
It's just
up.
the little things. It's always the little things when it comes down to some of the best competition in the world.
We'll take a look at just this final stretch of the final round in the game 3. As Optic with it, they were just scrambling. You've got you're 2 on B, 2 on A, 1 kind of sitting lobby, and Optic are just okay, well, where are we gonna go? They deal with A, but then B gets finished by Octane.
And if TJ is able to win that gunfight on Enable, he can probably use Grav Slam at a later time. Heck, he might have even wanted to use it right there. I just don't. I don't like not seeing specialists use, right? You only know around 5. Again, that's sort of one of those plays where he's trying to find the perfect play.
That happened with Dashy in the Control yesterday. Remember with the Tempest? He has never, I talked to him afterwards, he's like, dude, I just feel like I never had that moment for it. And you end up, remember, it's like a 4v10.
I think the Tempest is a little bit different where the Grav can just guarantee you a kill, because then again, he comes up off spawn or he's able to just lock down gun. He's not able to use it.
Well, I think you know why 100 Thieves fans were so excited when this roster first got built. Octane and Slasher combined forces. We've got Octane on stage for your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Clint. I know before this match you were feeling phenomenal, as you put it. Were you expecting in any way just to come in and 3-0 them?
Honestly, no. I thought it was going to be a lot closer of a series. I mean, the maps were close themselves, except for the Hasi when Kenton dropped 20 kills or something. I don't know. It was a really good series. We came out firing. Normally, when we have slow series, it's when we just start out slow. So, feels good. I'm happy. Feels great.
So as you said, you are undefeated on Control, and that's kind of an iffy game mode for a lot of teams. What makes you so strong on Control?
I think we're just ahead of the teams in terms of map movements and things like that. When certain things to do when you cap certain points, things like that, and just their teamwork, the way to move around the map is really, really good in Control.
So finally, a lot of people have been talking. Nadeshot said something along the lines of, it is time for a new dynasty.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about the whole new dynasty thing. I think he was just trying to hype up the storyline a little bit. Obviously, it feels good to beat my old team. We got first in our division, first for London, so 3-0's good. Number 1, feeling good.
Glad to hear it. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. For now, on over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you very much, Jeff.